It's time for another update on my crochet silk dress, and today I'm going to be talking about testing ideas and what's happening next. Hi, I'm Roseanna from Moara Crochet, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the next update on my crochet wedding guest dress. So in my previous video I was talking about what my next steps were. I created up to about thigh length and I wanted the dress to go in an A-line style, and I said I would do some testing. So the last few nights I did some testing and trying to figure out how can I make this pattern grow. And I've had this pattern in my head for years. I've already made a crochet cardigan with it, the Aurelia cardigan. I'll leave a link up here if you'd like to see that. And when I was making that cardigan, I decided to test doing some increases, in which I made one pineapple verging to two. And that was my idea and concept for this dress. So the last few nights I have been doing some swatch testing on a part of the dress, and I'm not so sure what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you now what I've done so you can see. Here is the dress. So I continued down here with one section of increases. So I'll try and get that in for you very clear. I think that's as clear as I'm going to get, or maybe against my dress. 1 second, that might be a bit clearer. Okay, so my idea, as you can see, is one of my pineapples, let me see, this one here verges into two. So that meant that I would have 8 pineapples to start with, and I was going to double it and create it into 16. Now, my worry is, if I do this, is my dress going to go down and then go, which is one of my worries. And then I thought, well, it's silk yarn. It shouldn't do that because silk is very flowing. It will ripple into each other. So I decided to do a test, and I have been doing a test the last few nights on this. It nearly broke my head twice. Crochet is like dominoes. You have to start at the end to work out where your change is, and you don't always get it the first time. We don't, and I didn't. I think I've dropped my crochet hook, and I didn't get it the first time, so I had to frog it back and figure out where do I need to create the increase for the center of the 2 pineapples. So this morning I spent the morning doing this increase. Now here on the camera it actually looks quite sweet, and the way it falls, if I hold up this dress, it will create a nice little ripple. But my worry is I'm still going to get that effect of the straight and then the going out. So let me show you from the bottom of the skirt. You see that ripple effect? I'm really not liking it. I feel, sorry about my phone, I feel like it's too bunched. Now this would look lovely if this was like a Spanish style dress and you want that ruffle around the edge, it will work, but that's not my original plan. So I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to frog it back and do what is so much easier, is actually increase the size of the pineapples. Then I'm going to get that graduated look that I want, that graduated A-line look. So I'm going to frog this back. But that's part of the process. When you create something custom made or made to fit you, you're never going to get it on the first time round. It's because you will find what works for your body, what doesn't, what works with the yarn. And for me, this is just not working. If I had a pattern which was a smaller pattern, and I had, if my pineapples were smaller, I could add those graduated double increases in. But because this pattern is so big, when it does increase, even though I had to reduce the size of the pineapple, I had to do a lot of calculations to balance this out with the next pineapple, it still ended up with a big ruffle. So I'm going to frog. So that's where I'm up to now. Frogging is part of the process. It's just one of those. At least I didn't do the whole dress. So I did only do a part, which is always the best thing to do when you are creating, is to do sections and then do your calculations. I've done it the other way around before, like many of us have, and nearly cried when I had to rip back 600-800 meters of yarn. So I tried, it didn't work. Let's try again. So that's my update for now. I'll keep this video short and sweet. If you have any recommendations or any ideas what I could do to create another idea, or if you have an alternative, please leave a comment down below. I do read them all, I do reply to them all, and I'm going to see you in the next crochet video. Bye!